VHB's involvement with the Dillsboro Bridge project started back in 2015, just as an environmental assignment, really just working the project through the NEPA process. However, as our team grew and as your roadway team grew, DOT also retained us to deliver the final design plans.
We work side by side in partnership with the project development process to take the project from public involvement, project development, all the way through to final plan design. The purpose of the Dillsboro Bridge was to replace a severely deficient bridge over the Smoky Mountain Railroad in a small tourism town in the mountains of North Carolina.
Early in the environmental review process, we identified a number of constraints for this project. One being it is in a tourist-driven town, therefore closure of the road was really not something that public officials or local business owners wanted. We're also in close proximity to park, which is protected land, and a women's history museum. And that's not even taking into account the mountainous terrain that Tim's team had to deal with.
Some of the challenges that we had on the design side was being able to construct the bridge while also maintaining traffic, as Lauren alluded to. We had the skew geometry of the Smoky Mountain Railroad underneath the bridge, while we also had a lot of traffic on the existing bridge. We designed a detour route basically between the skew geometry of the railroad and the existing foundation of the existing bridge itself. Another challenge was the cross street hometown place that tied into our main line. We had to build a retaining wall that's 20 feet high that also had another road on top that served as access for all of the houses on top of the mountain. Some of the challenges here necessitated another detour that we had to design in order for that to be constructed.
Our process here at VHB for delivering projects to NCDOT really involves a holistic, integrated services approach, starting early with environmental review, preliminary design, engaging multiple design services along the way.
This is our model for all of our NCDOT projects, engaging all of our disciplines early and often to inform our final plan design.
As we were working through the Dillsboro Bridge project, it was important to take into account public input. Residents, business owners, and public officials. Make sure that their vision was really heard and understood and incorporated into the project. And also making sure that we were in keeping with the quaint atmosphere of the mountain town that we were working in.
There was cost savings on the project since it was built during COVID. Road closures were allowed, which weren't allowed in the initial design, which reduced the overall construction duration for the project.
Since the completion of the project in 2021, the town of Dillsboro has really seen a benefit from the project. There's increased connectivity for multimodal users, pedestrian and bike facilities on the bridge, improved lighting, and crosswalks and pedestrian signals for safe access to things like the park and the museum. The Dillsboro Bridge project really did enhance mobility and improve safety for the community.